Welcome everyone! We are having a little special today on Valentine's Day. We are playing Slave Princess, a romance horror combination. It's like an interactive movie but all hand-drawn. Turn this a tiny bit down. The voices a little bit more. Okay. I think that's good. Okay. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kinda hard to describe, but we have a bunch of options every time. Let me read all of them. Explore the end of the world? What are you talking about?
About the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Explore, but how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this
You're
up?
already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
If you consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess kind of seemed like a kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do it? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with a world ending? We are going to do the nice route first, and then we can do a psychopath round.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Look, I go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's bad as you say, she is, then maybe I slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens, but a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
I accidentally skipped that one.
Go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
And now one of the gimmicks is coming in. We are going to get some voices in our head. The first one we get is the voice of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And strangely, the narrator can hear the voices in our head for some reason. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not taking the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Bro.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
We are going the nice route first.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs, maybe the key is still around. Somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
Aww.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
F you, narrator, I'm not doing what you're saying.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or
No.
you could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine.
The narrator, he's so passive-aggressive.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Ooh.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Look at this, he's taking control from us.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
We have... Look at this. 50 times slay her and 1 time warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Nobody. I'm not doing it.
the blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Aww.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Look at our hand. We are not you can already see we are not actually human.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Aww.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Ooh, ouch, ouch.
I'm sorry.
Aww. Aww.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Aww.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. The Damsel.
You're on a path in
The
woods,
music is a little bit
and at
different.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, we are kinda stuck in a time loop. Lara, thank you for the follow. How are you? Getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Oh, he's so convinced that we never have been here.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
And we have a new voice in our head. This time we got the voice of a smitten because we saved her last time.
Our beloved?
You're going to have a lot to laugh because of
Yes, you'll have to be very
the voice of a
sneaky about
smitten.
your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Wait, 4?
We'll see about
Where's
that.
the 4th one?
Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the
Oh,
whole
he means
world for
the
a
princess as the
peck of
4th one.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Oh, it's so good. This is more than just a deja vu. I'm pretty sure the whole thing literally just
We could
happened.
go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Explore. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
No, I'm ignoring you, buddy.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
I'm promising you, the more voices we get, the more amusing this back and forth is going to get. Which then? I'm going to find a way to save her from that cavern. Let's talk about this.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with?
Yeah.
You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
To the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
1 second. Checking this 1 second, I'm checking some settings. You can't see it right now because the monitor settings, the colors are kinda off. What was that? No. Still. Still feels kinda bland. Is it better now? The colors is kinda cool for me. Looks more. Yeah, it looks more clear now. Okay. Didn't say about anything about the mirror on the wall. Let's make a safe. Yeah. It's from a old playthrough. You can ignore that.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table.
Yeah, there is.
Sitting on the table and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Why would you lie about what's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing...
Wait. Didn't want it to skip that? No. We want to hear... no. Perfect. Okay. Yes, I saved over it. Okay, let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Yes, there is.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against
Disappeared.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Okay, now into another save because I'm not sure if I can do what I plan. I want to...
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the... I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Soul Cabin is different than last time.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
No, I can't. Sorry. Load.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Lying little bitch, narrator. You're not taking the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh.
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
The thing is, she can remember us even after we died or she died. The narrator doesn't remember.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Hell no, buddy.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Wait, let's read all of them. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, that one is just dumb. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. Was extremely unfair.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Oh.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence. Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
A what?
One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Oh, this is pure entertainment. This is so nice. I love it.
You wouldn't. I would.
Hell yeah.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Aww.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
Yeah, nobody.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
Sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the
Aww.
last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand.
Aww.
Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Look how petty he is because we don't listen to him.
What happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
we are.
Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair.
but the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Explore. I think we can open it together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together.
And
Lock clicks.
Power of love.
creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
It shall know.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes,
You're
I'm
taking
doing
every
it.
opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Then tell us how it works.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
All we need to be happy is each other. What if we just stayed here and built our life together? Stop with this interruption. I already made up my mind. We are leaving.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Oh, that was kinda cut off.
Our happy ending at last.
Now everything goes dark.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
RDA.
Cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
No, it's not.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yep. Now it turns to an Eldritch Horror. You don't get the chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Don't know where she went, and I don't know where we even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? A villain vanquished. There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? I'm begging you, don't do this.
Time to ignore them. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's us. We are some kind of birdman. You're all alone in a place that's empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. Yep, there she is. She's not the same anymore.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Bro, really? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Okay. Already speaking in riddles.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
Think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world? We're out of
I'm
here.
sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Yeah. A fragment of a concept. That's a very helpful hint for later what the princess actually is. Because we and the princess, we are not actually humans in a regular sense.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Oh.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Is this the end of the world? Are you... What sent me to slay a princess? Yeah, obviously not. Are you the princess? What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Huh?
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I don't want to kill you, so I don't ask her that. How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this?
Everything, until we meet again.
It's like kind of a place outside of reality itself. And like the past lives memories are tied to this outside of reality world. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
We are back to riddles. And what? Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Aww.
You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. And now we are reset to chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Give me a
at the
little
edge of that
second.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We'll be back in a moment. I'm taking a tiny little break. Okay, I am back. And this time we are doing my absolute favorite route.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yes, I know. Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or RI on your controller. No, I'm not doing it. You're here to slay her, I know. We are proceeding to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
One second. Okay, I'm making a save once we are in the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We are doing a save. Yeah. Yes. Turn. This time we take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Have a basement. Now she will be very different.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This, her voice, carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ooh.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
So it's going to... I'm not gonna spoiler anything.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, this time she is more controlled.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nuh-uh. Still your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Hmm. I'm not dropping the blade. Yeah, we are being a bit more extreme now.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
It's the first two are the non-wholesome parts about this line of chapters.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Hmm.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Hmm. Don't trust
So
it.
is it over? Really over?
I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Why not?
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check her pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking.
Oh wait, I think I made a mistake. Wait, I think I made a mistake.
I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Yeah,
Wait, what was that?
she's not dead.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh yeah, that was a mistake.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between
Oh my
your ribs.
god, look at this face of the teeth.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
Hello, welcome back. We are playing Slaver Princess.
Doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
How are you, man? Yeah, we made a mistake. We need to reload. That's not the path I wanted to go. No. We are back. Made a mistake. I'm good. I just got my new gaming chair. We are taking the blade.
Take the blade from the table.
It'd
be rather difficult.
Just put this thing together. It's really comfy. Enter the basement. Yeah. Yeah, my old one,
Door to the basement creaks open,
let him talk.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
The narrator is such an asshole. Yeah, I just got it today and built it up. That's why I put the stream half an hour later, because I needed to freshen myself up. I was so warm and sweaty after finishing to build this thing, but it was totally worth it. Yeah. 9.5. And for the price, it's like a 10 out of 10. Like, I paid 230 euros for it. Like, it's like an in-house brand of our countrywide Technic store. And even the workers say they are surprised how good the quality is for the price. And they even had like some models from Razer and stuff. The Razer one, 70 bucks more, has a sitting cushion like a wooden board and costs 300 bucks. No pillows, no nothing. The one I got the back pillow and a neck pillow. And a nice and thick seating cushion. Yeah, Slaver Princess is like an interactive movie, fully synchronized and fully drawn.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
In VR?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, wait, player. Oh shit, wait. I think I can't do this. Oh, on VR. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay, yes, I can. Okay, I can take. I need to leave the knife here.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated.
And
by
now,
an unseen
now
light in
listen
the room
how
below.
differently the princess is.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yo, hello, we should do like a manhunt thing. You on VR and I'm the hunter. We should really do that.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You
Okay,
walk
talk to
down the
cheers.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Yeah, the thing with mods is you have to do a lot of optimization on your own. You need to put a lot of performance mods in there.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Aww. Lol.
I hope you got something to deal with these chains.
Really? The doors crash the game?
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Let me examine chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aww.
You're making a huge mistake.
Maybe, check if the bug is a, known thing, or try it on another version.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Yes, I am.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, I don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Little warning now, Hollow. It's going to get a little bit more graphical now. And not in the, nice way. There isn't any key. Do we have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Oh.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Yeah, she got really big eyes.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
You try
the door.
but it's locked. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
The narrator is a real big asshole. You're
Make
going
your
to
way
see
to
a
the
lot
bottom
more
of
of
the
it.
stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Okay, now it's time for the graphical warning.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Yes? I want you, Hollow.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. the clang of bouncing metal.
And
The
the
blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Yeah, the knife we deliberately left outside magically
like what
appeared down
happens
in the
if you do
basement. After the door got locked.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm.
Look at her, no reaction whatsoever. And look at our hand. We are not human ourselves.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Oh, look at this. She's so unfazed that she just ripped her own hand off. Yes, it's a strawberry marmalade.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay, now we have to be very deliberate what we do now. Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Yeah, the narrator takes control over us.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Look at this. Gives us 50 times slay the princess and one warn her.
Stop that.
We have to...
over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
We have to warn her?
Princess dodges, stumbling back.
That's what we did.
Before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Look at our mouse. Our mouse is actually the hand with the knife now. And now we can't resist anymore because that's what we did in the last run. We are in kind of a time loop. I'm gonna explain later when we actually reach the end of this round.
Thank you.
Yeah, the thing is, she is not really human, even if
There's
she
not
looks
getting
like
through
it.
you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Ooh.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark.
Good eye. Chapter 2, The Witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Yes, we
In the
died.
basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of déjà vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Look how convinced he is. Look how convinced he is. That's a little bit complicated to explain. Because she is not an actual human. She is more of the concept of death itself. And she's just a fragment of her full form in that sense. And depending on what we do, what our decisions are, that changes the princess.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
And that's one of the gimmicks. Every time we complete a chapter, we will get a new voice in our heads, depending on our decisions. This time we got the opportunist. Last time we got the voice of the smitten. This is more than just a déjà vu, though. I'm pretty sure the whole thing literally just happened. Yep, that's because it
We could go back
did.
and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah, let's assume I tell the
Very
truth.
different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
This is, like a romance horror story, but you can either decide to kill the princess or try to save her. And if we are through with this run, you are going to see what will happen. It's easier to explain when we are there.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Yeah. So let's talk about this princess. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This time, we will take the blade again, but we will not attack her this time. Because it will trigger a certain final third chapter that I really want to have. Explore, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
No, there's definitely a mirror on the left.
There's definitely a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
I trust my eyes, I wouldn't. Why would he lie about that? I want to look at myself, I want to see how handsome I am. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Yep. The narrator can't see the mirrors.
It really isn't fun.
The mirror is only for us to see.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I
But
hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
but in the real world, it
We
already
can all
always
agree now that there's
disappears.
Nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
Okay, we take the plate. I actually remember how to do this one myself.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
So this whole cabin is different than last
Very
time.
different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Let's have a basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Let's make a little safe just to make sure we don't mess it up.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
What a very specific description of the surroundings. And he's still an asshole.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Yeah. The princess, other than the narrator, the princess can remember us. The voices and the voices actually remember. But the narrator is the only one who doesn't remember.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
No, you're not the boss, narrator. We are not doing what you're saying.
Thank you.
Yes,
You descend
she
the
will look
basement
different.
steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
Yeah, believe me, Hollow, the bickering between the voices and the narrator will get more entertaining the further we go down.
Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
No, we won't, buddy.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
We want to be a bit more nice this time. This time we don't want to kill her.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I get this your sense that you're not very happy with me. I died last time, you didn't. Anyone here should be trusted, it's you. Look, I know things got messy last time. I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. So we are in an impasse. Neither of us is gonna get anywhere. We can't trust each other unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight. Can't you get out of those on your own? Those chains didn't seem to stop you last time. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back? I don't want to hurt you. Clearly there is some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her a blade. We will do that, but want to talk a little bit more. Make this safe.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Yeah.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
She was just
She could
playing.
have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Yeah, obviously. Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Hmm.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
No, it's only an arrangement that only doesn't favor you, narrator. No, we are not slaying her. Don't want to hurt you, but you want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this. It's a gesture of my goodwill.
You can't be serious.
Look how baffled he is.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
This is not a democracy.
As do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We are giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet.
Oh, look how surprised she is. Look at her.
She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
It's up to you. That's why I gave you the blaze. I chose last time and I regret it, so it's now it's your time to choose. We're both scared and we are both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't want. I don't. We can be better than this. You would be right, hello. But it will lead to a better path. You're beautiful. I actually want to save you and this feels like the only way out. Okay, I don't think buttering her up is going to help now. Let's go, Biff. We are both scared and we are both hurting. Doesn't make a change. We probably kill each other forever. Not really.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
It's better than an endless cycle of life and death. We need to break the cycle.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do.
Because this will change her now.
Dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
Yeah.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
Everything goes dark. You die.
Die.
Chapter 3. The Thorn.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out.
Because it's the start and the woods are different now. None of the trees have leaves anymore.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
You are not, buddy.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side.
Yes,
of
the
anything.
smitten is back.
You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
The smitten is the real simp, but he is so fucking entertaining.
Ho ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more.
Gladly, my dear fellow, by cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper.
I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey
To love. She hates us.
Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. So maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence.
Yes, exactly. And the voice we get is depending on the path we take and our decisions.
You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Are they getting louder?
It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
I think that is just the way of talking, that it's a little bit louder at some moments.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Explore. This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except the thoughts of her.
Valentines. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after art. Strube's cabins. What happens if we just leave? We are not doing that. You sure? Seem to be talking in the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think.
Then we can all move on, and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. Sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already. I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
Oh yeah, very helpful. However, imagine being in this situation, in this time loop, and the narrator is just, yeah, think happy thoughts. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to take a tiny little bathroom break. I will be back in a second. Okay, I am back. Think happy thoughts. No, we are going to free her. I'm done with this. No, I'm not turning around to leave. Yeah, for the narrator it would be the very happy thought. Yes, you are absolutely right. We're going to free her.
Please don't.
Because it's Valentine's Day, we are going to do the most wholesome run we could get. The pale guy, yeah.
Let's just see how the wind blows.
Good one, Hollow.
I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say. Stop
Yeah.
sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
Yes, she will look different again. So, weapons of joy, don't leave. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through. Proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
I think you can probably already see why the chapter is called Fawns. We can already see a
I don't know
few.
if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Yeah, it is reminding of the Kale Gardens, yes. 1 second, I'm checking something. It's in my chat. Get the hell out. You are banned, buddy. Goodbye. Okay, proceed to the cabin. Yeah, another scam bot. Yeah, 1 second, 1 second. I'm searching for something.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Yeah, in a moment. Oh no, it's the right. Okay, it's the right path. Okay. The cabin looked fine when we got here. Interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here. Charred wood still reeking of ash, but beneath lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. This is supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
If your Minecraft houses look like this, Hollow, you need to take some look at some building tutorials. That's the only way how I learned. Yeah, the pristine blade is gone.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
You are no longer in control, narrator.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is that mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror.
She won't this time. She won't.
Still don't get his angle here.
This is the way to the wholesome ending.
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward. Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Yeah, the narrator is unable to see the mirror.
You step
Because
forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Because the mirror is only for us to see.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror and behold our handsome features. It went away when we touched it last time. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
Actually, he's not that wrong. He's not that wrong about the thorns.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know what I want. I never really choose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. I just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Yeah, it certainly has a similar vibe, Polo. Proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation.
Oh, look at the poor princess.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Oh. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think what happened after you killed me? Did you think I wouldn't hold it against you? No, we are not doing that. I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you let me. I can cut you free, but you have to give me the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Guess I don't have anything left to say. We're not doing these. I'm not here to love, I'm here to free you if you let me.
I want to trust you.
Aww. Aww.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
Explore, you are not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Or reach for the blade. No, we are not leaving.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
Aww.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah, the only way out is to break the cycle of violence.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
Aww.
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness.
Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is actions. For the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out. We slay her
No.
right here.
No, we are
right
not
now.
doing
She's
that.
never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
No.
I see that the lines have been drawn.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us.
Yeah, he's not.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
No, she's not
So,
getting a say.
Did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
No, you are not a fool. Cut her free. Oh, this one would be this one would be such an asshole move. I just wanted my blade back. You are on your own. Turn around and leave. That would be such an asshole move.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Yes.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our
Too late. I already picked cut her free.
That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
No.
Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
The opportunist is such a wuss, always switching sides.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Yes, of course.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Yes.
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not.
The narrator thinks he can actually stop us.
You know as well as I do that we can.
And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now?
Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that.
Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us.
It doesn't matter either way because this is good stuff.
I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us?
No.
Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
Yes, they can't
Cut through
stop
those
us.
other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
You don't even need to
You
do
pointy
that.
sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Yes. Step into the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
The power of love just lets us leave freely.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
Yes, we did.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Yes, he does. Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
And that's why we are technically supposed to kill the princess.
Why is it so cold?
You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memories return.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
And the narrator is gone. Of course you are scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
It's not the end. Whatever is on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah, the narrator left the Discord call.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
He did a little rage quit.
Finally, we're going places.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Yeah, that's actually us. We are some kind of Birdman. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Yeah, every time we finish a cycle, the princess will become part of the full piece, or part of a bigger puzzle. It's like outside of reality where we are now. Are you the same as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
So when this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
No, you know that at the end of this, once you're finished... No, I'm not. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I have done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
What do you want me... Do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Hmm? What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've heard them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
You have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Okay. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. And the circle resets for the third time.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yes, we already heard all of this. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up. We're not going to go through. Ignore him.
Okay, I think I know which path I want to take now.
The interior of the
Yeah,
cabin
you
is
did.
almost entirely bare. The
Good
air
one,
is
Hollow.
stale and musty, and the blade is...
Okay, we take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Now we take a different path and will create a different princess.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
So basically, every time it resets, all the paths we have taken before are locked out. So we can't just do the same path multiple times. Because all of the princesses in these realities are fragments of the full version of her.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Okay, wait, we are saving here. Because I'm not sure which path I want to take, but
Focus
I
on the
think
task.
I want to take the one I don't know yet.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
This time, yes. See you later, Hollow. Steal your nerves.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Hmm.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Good night, Hollow. See you.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
Lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Mhm. No, it's not enough to kill you, but I know what is
Yes.
enough.
Even as she lays there dying, but it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it's not, that was way too easy.
Over? Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
Check for the pulse. Remove the blade.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
She's not
Quick,
dead.
let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's too late
It's
for that.
now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a
No.
life. I guess we're even now.
Yes, we are even.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Till next time,
Everything
princess,
goes dark, and you
you
die.
die. Chapter 2, The Razor.
You're on a path. You're here.
Okay, this is good for today. That's our save. We will probably return someday next week. I have not made the new schedule for next week yet. I will decide this evening. Okay, everyone who's still here, have a good night. Until next time, goodbye.